It is rare for two great minds in the same era to address not only their time but also future generations with such insight. In this sense, India is truly blessed. Rabindranath Tagore and Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi both exemplify a remarkable openness to different cultures, religions, and civilizations. I, Dr. Dipanita Datta, will be conversing with Professor Rudrangshu Mukherjee. Let us hear what he has to say about Tagore and Gandhi. Can we ask Professor Mukherjee, what made you think that there's a large debate, very big debate, internationally known, that Tagore and Gandhi differed? So, and you have already said that and this book also says that there are points of convergence. But what made you write about this point? Because these aspects, because it's already known to the audience that they differed, and actually the difference, I would like to suggest that the difference are more known to the international public rather than the points of convergence.
I don't know if you are absolutely right in saying that the differences are known. The nature of the differences and the articulation of the differences are as widely known as you think they are. I don't think so, actually. In fact, till my teacher Shubhasachit Bhattacharya published the entire correspondence between Tagore and Gandhi, The Poet and the Mahatma, the book is called.
Yes.
In fact, people did not know that they had had so many exchanges between themselves on various issues. So I'm not very sure that it is so well known. And certainly their convergences are very seldom spoken about, both among the followers of Gandhi and as well as the many followers of Tagore. So I thought this was worth exploring and elaborating, especially their convergences and especially the way they showed mutual respect for each other without any kind of acrimony. I should also add that this book is a product of the COVID months. I was stuck at home and I couldn't visit libraries and archives. So I thought, what could I write about, something meaningful that I could write about while staying at home from within my own library reference resources. And Gandhi and Tagore suggested themselves because I had all the books around me in my own private collection. So that's how the book came about, I think. But I would like to emphasize that more than their differences, which also are not that well known, I wanted to write about their convergences and their complementary visions of humanity as well as for a new India, which are not often adequately discussed.
Yes, that is what I was thinking of asking here. How are you trying to project? Actually, you have already written on the history of New India, where Gandhi and Tagore are included in a big way. I think Gandhi occupies more space than Tagore, because could you kindly elaborate on that?
No, the book you're referring to came much later than this book.
Yes.
But it is not about a new India. It is actually a new history of India.
New history of India, right. History of right. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, I mean, that book is actually a kind of a whistle-stop survey of the many thousand years of Indian history. And the book actually begins with that famous poem by Rabindranath, where the mind is without fear and
yes.
the head held high. And naturally, because the Indian national movement occupies a substantive part of the later part of the book, Gandhi features in it as well. But this idea of a new kind of India that is not urban, that is not modern, quote unquote modern or Western, is also there when I explore the ideas of Gandhi and Tagore in that book, as I do indeed in this book that you just referred to, Tagore and Gandhi walking alone, walking together. So I think both those parts of the subtitle are important. They walked together and they walked alone when necessary. Walked alone from the various movements they themselves had initiated or had been part of, and also they walked alone apart from each other. So Rabindranath walked away from the Swadeshi movement and walked alone, and that is when he wrote that song Jodi to dak shune keu na ashe ekla chalo re, which Gandhi actually made into his favorite song when he walked away from certain aspects of the Indian national movement, notably after Chauri Chaura, and more significantly when it was decided that independence would come with partition. He didn't agree with the partition of India at all, didn't approve of it at all. So he made that song into his kind of life's motto as well.
Would you like to mention a bit about the Noakhali episode? Because
it's a very important episode in Gandhi's life, absolutely in the twilight of his life. And in 1946, many parts of India, once partition had become a fait accompli, many parts of India were scarred by communal violence. And Noakhali was one such place. Noakhali is now present day in Bangladesh, in eastern Bangladesh, was one such place where mass killing had taken place, largely mass killing carried out by the Muslims of Hindus. And Gandhi decided to visit Noakhali and stay in Noakhali, not just visit Noakhali. He wanted to stay in Noakhali. He moved away. This was a deliberate choice on his part. He moved away from all the negotiations that were taking place in Delhi between Mountbatten representatives of the British government and the Indian National Congress and Jinnah about how partition would take place, how the transfer of power would happen. Since Gandhi disapproved of all this, he decided to completely isolate himself and move to Noakhali, live in relative isolation. He just took with him Nirmal Bose, who was his Bengali interpreter, and his secretary Parashuram. Later, Manu Gandhi was also to join him, his grandniece was also to join him. He lived in Noakhali in a hovel, and he used to walk. He walked around more than 800 kilometers to visit the various villages that had been scarred by sectarian violence. And he also rationed himself to 600 calories a day. He wouldn't eat anything more than that. And he toured these villages to restore morale among the people there. And there's one very touching story. One day as he came out of the little cottage in which he used to live, it was, to call it a cottage also will be an exaggeration, as I said, a small bamboo hut in which he and Nirmal Bose lived and Manu Gandhi lived. He came out of this hut, and as he was beginning to walk, a Tibetan spaniel came to Gandhi and barked at Gandhi and tried to take Gandhi in a particular direction. And naturally the people who were around Gandhi tried to shoo the dog away, and Gandhi stopped them. And he said, "Can't you see this dog is trying to tell me something? Don't shoo him away. Let's see what he's trying to tell me." And the dog led Gandhi and the people with Gandhi to a place where the skeletons of his master and the master's family had been left after they had been killed. And Gandhi said, "See, this is what he was trying to show us." And then he, to the many Muslims that he met that day, he referred to this incident, and he said that this represents a shame to everything that Islam stands for, this kind of a killing. So the Muslims initially did not quite trust him, but later Gandhi won their trust, and he used to move around very comfortably in these villages. And from Noakhali, he moved to Bihar, where also there had taken place this kind of massacres, but the other way around. In Bihar, it was the Hindus who had killed the Muslims, so he was doing both at the same time. It's worth mentioning that it was in Noakhali, in the course of one of Gandhi's prayer meetings. He used to have prayer meetings every evening at 5 o'clock, and where the prayer meeting always begun with what Gandhi called Ramdhun, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. So Manu Gandhi one day said that, what if we add 2 lines that I learned, that I heard in a temple when I was a child. So Gandhi said, what are those lines? And Manu sang, Ishwar Allah tere naam sabko sammati de Bhagavan. And Gandhi was delighted. He said, yes, please add these 2 lines to the song. And now that's how Raghupati Raghava is sung. It always begins with Ishwar Allah tere naam sabko sammati de Bhagavan. And so this was also a very moving and poignant addition, small but significant addition to Gandhi's Noakhali sojourn. Very important also, Gandhi wanted to spend Independence Day, 14th and 15th of August 1947, in Noakhali. That was his personal decision, but he had to go to Noakhali via Calcutta. But when he came to Calcutta, he discovered, much to his shock, that Calcutta was also going through a phase of communal violence. So he stayed in Calcutta. He didn't go to Noakhali. He stayed in Calcutta for the period of independence. Many people don't know that Gandhi was not present in Delhi when independence occurred. When Nehru made that famous speech years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, Gandhi was not present as a part of the jubilations in Delhi. He was in Calcutta, in Beleghata, in a largely Muslim-dominated slum area. And the morning of the 15th of August, the Reuters correspondent asked him, Mr. Gandhi, India has achieved independence. What is your message today? So Gandhi said, very famously, he said that today is not a day for celebration. Today is a day for fasting and prayer. Also, it was during this stay in Calcutta that on a day that he maintained silence, he used to maintain silence once a week, he was asked by somebody, what is your message to the world? And Gandhi, on a piece of paper, because he was not talking, on a piece of paper wrote in Bengali. He had taught himself to write in Bengali when he was in Noakhali. And he wrote there, Amar Jibon I Amar Bani, my life is my message. So it's important why he learned to speak in Bengali and write in Bengali. One reason was, of course, he had to communicate with the people that he was talking to, but the other was, he said he wanted to read Gurudev in the original. Particularly, he wanted to read the song Jodi Tor Dak Shune Keu Na Ashe in Bengali. That's why he told Nirmal Bose that, please teach me how to read and write Bengali.
I think we should end in that beautiful note. Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Mukherjee.
Thank you. Thank you.